What's up guys, DK here with Collector's Impact, and today we're going to do a quick revisit of these 1989 Topps Nintendo scratch-off game cards. The discussion in this video is going to be based around the rarity of certain cards. So I actually had a viewer who was watching the previous video that I made, and that video, there will be a link in the description to that video if you are interested in seeing it. It's more of an overview of the set, showcasing every card and talking about the history of it and all of that kind of stuff. So if you're interested in that, definitely check out that video. But anyway, there was a viewer named Mike, shout out to Mike, and me and him were corresponding quite a bit regarding these cards and doing a little bit of research and comparing notes into our collection and the ratios in which we pulled cards from our box openings. So with that, there's not a lot of information about this out there at present time. So based on these conversations and the data that we gathered together, I figured that I would go ahead and share it with you guys in case there's anyone else out there that may have questions about the rarity of some of these cards versus other ones and all of that kind of stuff. But before we jump into it right quick, if you like this type of content, please give the video a big thumbs up. It really helps the channel big time with those algorithms and whatnot. And if you want to see collectibles and card content like this in the future, and especially things like Marvel trading cards and Magic cards, Pokemon cards, graded cards, all that good stuff, it is covered here on the channel, so please subscribe if you would like to stay in the loop with the Collector's Impact. Alright, now let's jump into this. So the first thing that I would like to go over are the rarest cards in the set and then the most common cards in the set. So for each of the games that are featured in these Nintendo cards, there are 10 screens for each game. So we'll go ahead and start with The Legend of Zelda here, and I'll showcase what we have discovered. And that is that screen number 4 and number 2 are the rarest cards from Zelda 1. Now again, this is based off of roughly 5 boxes that were opened. There's 48 packs per box, and we opened 5 boxes cumulatively. And then we were looking at the ratios in terms of the cards that we pulled, and these definitely had the fewest amount of copies. And that, of course, is right here. This is screen 4 with this Octorok, or whatever the heck you'd call that. That is the rarest screen, and screen number 2 here. I don't know why I didn't put these in order, but that one's got the oh, I forgot the name of that thing, the little thing that flies around or whatever. I think that's what it is. But anyway, yeah, so that screen and this screen are the 2 rarest ones in terms of the ratios. Now again, these cards don't actually have rarity symbols or anything like that. Back in the day, it was very common for them not to have rarities printed on cards. So you have to kind of do your own research and find it. So hopefully, if there's anyone else out there trying to complete these sets or is interested in potentially getting some of the cards to grade for the future long term, this information may be helpful. So real quick, the most common tiles in here would be number 5. This one, we both had a vast amount drawn of this one. And then all of the other ones that are not 2 and 4 or 5 here are pretty even throughout in terms of the numbers opened. So let's move on to Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. The rarest cards in this one are screen 1, 3, and 4. So let's go ahead and find those and show them to you guys. So screen 1 is right here. It's him in the little swampland with an Octorok as well. So now that's kind of interesting, right? Same enemy, different game. So that's screen number 1. Screen number 3, which is the second rarest card, is right here. And this is Link with this little rat guy in the little area where Zelda is sleeping, like Sleeping Beauty. And the next rarest one, screen 4, is right here with the Poe in the cemetery. That is those. So those are the 3 rarest screens. Boom, boom, boom. And then in terms of the most common screens, card number 5, screen right here with the little spider coming down out of the tree. That's the most common one, and then everything else is pretty even. Jumping to Super Mario Brothers, best game ever made. That one is, let's see, Super Mario Brothers, the rarest screens are 1, 4, and 2. in that order. So screen one is right here. Very classic, just Mario getting all up in here. He's about to jump on the Goombas. That's the rarest one. Screen 4, which is right here with him running up the staircase, shooting fireballs at the turtle. That's the second rarest one. Yep, so here's screen number 2. This one I had actually put in a little case and was going to potentially send that off to PSA for grading, but then they closed their doors on me and everyone else. So yeah, it's just kind of sitting on the side until that happens again. But screen number 2 is the third rarest card, and it is him like trying to avoid the little spike guys in the pits. And then the most common screens from the Mario Brothers 1 here are screens 7 through 10. So pretty much the whole second half of them. So now jumping to Super Mario Brothers 2, the rarest screens in here, there's only 2 really rare ones in here, which is number 6 and number 10. Number 6 is right here with the dodo bird, and number 10 is up here with Princess Peach and this little snake thing coming out of that little warp pipe thing from Mario 2. So those are the 2 rarest screens. Everything else is evenly common from that, at least as far as we could tell. Though number 5 did stand out a little bit more than the others as being more prevalent. For Double Dragon, the rarest screens are screen number 1 and screen number 6. So screen number 1 is right here. That one is definitely very rare. I only pulled like 2 of them out of like 3 solid box openings, and he only pulled, I can't remember what he said, but it was very low as well. So it is definitely the rarest one from that set. And number 6, let's see, is this one here. These 2 dudes fighting like in front of this cave entrance sort of thing. That's the second rarest card. Everything else is pretty even. Screen 5 is decently common in comparison to a lot of the others, which seems to be a pretty standard and steady case throughout all of the games. So my guess would be that screen 5 is like in the middle of the print sheet or whatever. It probably has multiple printings on the sheet. It's the most prevalent since it's right in the middle of all the sets. So there's a lot of screen 5s, you guys. Lastly, from the scratch-off sets, we have the punch-out cards. And these are actually kind of unique in that there really weren't that many that were super rare in here. There weren't any that really stood out to us as being super crazy hard to get, but we did note that cards 5, 1, 2, and 4 were rarer in terms of their overall distribution, but they're not like crazy rare, you know what I mean? So they're the least of them, but they're still easy to get, if that makes sense. So screen 1 here with Glass Joe. Screen 2, Von Kaiser. He's decently harder to get. Screen 4, the Great Tiger. And screen 5, Don Flamenco. So that's those are your guys. They saved Little Mac for the stickers there, which brings me to the final point about these cards, which is something interesting that I certainly didn't notice right off the bat until it was brought to my attention by Mike. So all of the scratch-off cards have these 2 stars here in the corner. Next to their printed in the USA, they have 2 stars. And neither one of us have been able to find versions where they have 1 star. So if anyone out there has any with 1 star, definitely leave that in the comment section, as it is an interesting thing to note. But when it comes to the sticker cards, we did notice that some of them have 1 star here, and some of them have 2 stars. So I initially thought, because I only have the ones with 1 star, I initially thought that the 1 star would be, you know, indicating the sticker subset, and the 2 stars would be indicating the scratch-off subset, or the scratch-off set, you know, or however you want to say that. But it turns out that there are versions of these with 2 stars as well, and what we have determined is that it's based on the printing issuance of the boxes. So he had some with serial number ending in 019, and 029. I only had ones ending in serial number 019. So for the ones ending in 19, that's the first print run, and the stickers have 1 star. But the serial number ending in 029 has 2 stars here instead of the 1 star. So that's pretty fascinating. That's one of the things that we noticed. But again, we didn't find any actual cases where the scratch-off cards have versions with 1 star. We've only found ones with 2 stars. So it's a very interesting little discussion there regarding these cards, since there again is not a lot of data on this. So that's a little bit of compiled data for you guys out there who are looking to collect and or complete these sets, or save some for grading, or just interested in accumulating some of the rarer pieces. Those should be it based on our research. And if you have any additional information about it, feel free to leave it in the comment section. Of course, any questions or discussions, definitely comment away. So again, thank you guys very much for coming by. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this in the future. So thanks again for coming by and checking out the channel, and I hope to see you back next time. Take care.